Okay,
Not
so
even here
we
for
are live.
Mike.
Let's
We're
just
all
all
here,
admit
Mike.
that we're all here for Mike. Even Mike is here for Mike.
All right, we're here for you, the viewer. So sorry for the late start. We had a little computer mess up. So we are continuing our Coriolis, the Third Horizon campaign, Emissary Lost, which is the first chunk of, I guess, a three-parter. Um, and the party has the heroes, as they call them, have landed on the planet Kua, still following the trail of what are clearly a kidnapping slash smuggling ring. They had taken a relative of the captain, nor her niece, and possibly as important in more of a general societal thing, they kidnapped one of the emissaries from the Coriolis space station, which is causing all kinds of political unrest. So, having followed the group down, well, you didn't follow them directly down. You went and got your ship and flew down, uh, worked your way through the jungle several hours, and you found the landing spot where these pods crashed down. You had witnessed them being ejected during a firefight. Uh, Feels like forever ago, but it was about 2 days ago. Um, and as you guys were exploring the site, you did find a couple of things. And this is a couple of things I wanted to I skipped. I don't want to make sure you guys have all the information. So when you read that note, remember you had a transmission note. There were a few items in there that you might be able to get more info on based on a culture check. So anybody who wants to, anybody who has culture, I should say, um, should check it. Check your culture.
Check your
Um,
culture.
yeah, if you check your culture to see if you have any more info about the. This is the message here for if you. It should be in all of your notebooks, but I
Two
think I just showed it to
successes.
you. Two. Okay. Okay. So
One success for me.
all right. So any success at all will let you know that recognize the name Bay Basin. Bay Basin is a small kind of settlement slash import export kind of shipping area on kind of on this large river. You would guess it'd be a couple, maybe 3 days to go through the woods to get to it from where you are. It's a pretty good distance away. Most notably, you saw it in the on the bulletin because there was in fact a spaceport there at one point, but it was constructed on shoddy ground and actually collapsed into a sinkhole. So it's kind of got a bad reputation for that reason. So ships aren't really coming in and out. Small craft are like little like shuttles from down the river, which like a goal down the river, which is a connected to the conglomerate and the spire, right? It's not that far away from that. The other thing that you would know, especially since you got two successes and because of your situation, Cyrus, is that there seems to be a pretty strong syndicate uh, presence in Bay Basin. But none of you have heard of this ATAR, though. You didn't roll it high enough to get that. So you know those. You know that information before we get started, just in case that affects anything that you do. Um, and yeah, so when we left off, I actually stuck. These aren't. If you go into Roll20, I didn't put your actual characters there. I just kind of put where the group is. Each one of these little squares is about 10 meters. You guys, a couple of you guys, Cyrus, and maybe Ramon. I can't remember now who was doing the datagen on the. Oh no, it was Cyrus and Dimitri. You guys were near the pod, right?
Yes.
Trying to hack it, and I know that Ramon was hiding in the bushes, so I put his little figure down there. I'm not sure where where Amir and Saeed were exactly, but you guys can say where you are now. You do see that on your sensor, Cyrus, that there are three groups of people. The one kind of off to your lower right. Oh, I didn't put them there. Where'd they go? I'll put somebody there for you. Where the number 4 is. The people that are down there, there's two people there that you can tell. And each of the other positions where I put a little icon, you sense that there is one person in each of those. The two people that are in the number 4 spot are just kind of sitting there. But when you're kind of scanning with your sensor, you sense that the other two groups, or the other two people, the two individuals, are moving. They're kind of like moving through the woods slowly.
Okay, yeah, Cyrus would like say everyone like she's gonna try not to draw attention, like she's not gonna yell it. Like she's next to Saeed, right? Or is she?
Yeah, you're where the Saeed icon is.
Okay, so yeah, she'll like back up to Saeed and she'll like kind of show him her monitor and she'll go like one enemy that way, one presence this way, two people sitting over there, just sitting there. I don't know what they're doing. But these two are coming for us.
Yeah, I'm going to say, actually, go ahead and roll infiltration, Cyrus, to see if you can do that without being like obvious about it, like how not obvious you are, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I want to pray?
I mean, it's
Good
an opposed
start.
check. It's an opposed check, just so I mean to be fair to you, so you don't know. Yeah, so you don't know if they've got any successes or not. So you don't have to succeed if they also fail, but if they succeed, then they'll see you.
Sure. I mean, I only got a 3, so I'm going to not pray for this one. I only got 3 to 3 rolls.
Okay. All right, yeah. So you show them. You don't see any change. They seem to still be moving towards the edge of the tree line. They're pretty far away, as you can tell by the things that they're right at the edge of your. I did put the scale in. It's not exactly accurate, but it should be pretty close. So they're close to. Although the one guy to the right is closer, obviously, but the one to the left is like pretty much at the 100-meter. Like he's just barely picking up in your.
It looks like Nikki got kicked back. She just messaged the group that she's trying to get back in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Mira's out. Sorry, Captain's gone.
And just like that.
Yeah.
And just like that, the Captain's gone.
All right, so I'm on my phone for now until I can figure out what the heck's going on. Okay.
All kinds of computer problems today. We're gonna need a data gen.
Yes, we are.
I think we have Dimitri here. Yeah, so Dimitri, Saeed, and Cyrus are near the pod. Ramon's in the bushes. I'm not sure where Amira was. Where were you, Amira? Are you?
I was by the pod, I believe, because I was.
Okay, so everybody's by the pod except for Ramon. Ramon, the crazy guy, is the only one that's being cautious.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll just kind of. Well, everybody's heard Crystal say that to me, then, right? Or,
Yeah, exactly.
Has heard Cyrus say that.
Mhm.
And I'll just kind of nonchalantly kind of look about, and continue talking as if we are discussing this this craft. Going,
Okay.
I would have thought that these rivets would have popped with this impact.
Amira.
I'm gonna go for I'm gonna finger my pistol, only to realize that I had given it to Saeed or to
Dimitri.
Ramon.
to Ramon.
Go ahead and test mystic powers. Hold on a second. I have to see. I think it's at a minus, but let me just quickly check it.
Okay. Sure.
Nope, just a regular test. No, either way, you start to, they tell you this, and maybe you tense up a little bit, and then your eyes start to kind of glaze over a little bit, and you start hearing that music, like kind of way in the back of your head, and you're starting to get a little kind of, almost like you feel like you've been drugged or possibly drank too much. You hear this like white noise coming, and your vision is starting to blur. And go ahead and test against mystic powers.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay, you definitely want that. Okay, so yeah, you don't take any stress damage or anything, but you're kind of shaking it off they're kind of discussing, or Saeed's talking nonsense or whatever, just kind of passing time. And the next thing that you hear actually, everybody hears this, like a very, very loud static in your communicators that you have in your ear, like you're being assaulted in a sense. And you hear, and then you hear a voice, and he says, he's got a very heavy accent, Kuwain accent. He says, "We don't take well to scavengers. You better move along." And no sooner than he finishes the word "along," you hear the sound of automatic gunfire, and the hill all around you kind of erupts in dirt just flying everywhere. It's only for a couple of seconds before you can really react to whatever, and then it stops, and then you hear the voice again, and he says, "You have a minute to leave."
I suggest we leave.
Yep.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
Well, how about the area where there wasn't people? from what Cyrus had pointed out to us.
Yeah, you would know near the bottom of the map with that where it says 3. That's kind of where you kind of broke into the original area. There's nobody down there that you know of.
Okay.
And that would be pretty much in the opposite direction as the gunshots came from. They clearly were shot from the positions of. I mean, you would know as a soldier that they're too far away to hit you with a carbine, and they were clearly just trying to scare you off at this point. But
right.
You do know that they have automatic weapons.
Yep. I'm going to position myself to make sure that I'm between that rear fire and a Mira. So if there is a sniper shot, it's going to go, since I'm bigger than her, it will take me instead of her.
Okay. Yeah, they seem to have the gunshots seem to have come like, from here and here, kind of into the. So if you just go straight back, you'll be out of where it came from. Okay. Everybody's moving. How about Rahman, who's hidden and is not sure if they see him or not?
Does he see them?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna stay put.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, actually, you can roll observation, I guess, at a -3. Because I mean, actually, you can just say you don't see him. You definitely don't see the other guy. He's way too far. He's on the other side of the hill. But the one guy you might see.
Observation -3. I think that's an automatic fail. But
Why? Because you only have 3 dice.
-3. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have enough dice. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can't see him. I mean, you know generally where he is because of the gunshots, but you can't see him, and he can be moving or whatever.
Yeah.
And to go ahead and roll infiltration for yourself too, so I can see if they can see you or not, because I didn't check that yet.
Infiltration. Two successes.
Okay, nice. All right, yeah. So the group's backing up, all except for Rahman, who's staying down. And you're heading back towards that number 3. Okay.
Heading back toward where?
If you go to the bottom of the map, there's a 3 down there. You see it? I'm moving the figure.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't.
Because you can't see this because you probably hear Rahman sees because he's right there. Coming down the road, they wait till you kind of get off that ridge. You hear, and he sees coming down the road a crawler, so like a tracked vehicle, which clearly left some of these tracks. And it starts to move up to this pod that you see that you've got right there, the 2 pods that are right there. And it's got the 4 men jump out, and behind it another man. He doesn't come all the way to the pod. He stops like kind of up the road a bit, like up here. So you can still see him, Rahman. He's on a hover bike. with a long rifle over, like kind of strapped to his back, and he kind of
Oh,
stops, and he
awesome.
seems to be, yeah. He kind of he's looking around with binoculars, basically. The other guys come up to these pods, and they start to unload the beds that are in there, the people that are inside. And while they're doing that, everybody who moved earlier can roll an observation. Just a regular observation. Oh, and actually you have the sensor, right? So you can get a bonus. +1, right?
It does not give me a bonus as long as it's in passive mode.
Okay.
It only gives me a bonus if it's in active mode.
Okay.
Wits. 4,
Uh,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You said observation, right?
Yep.
1 success.
Cool.
no successes.
2.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. You guys. I mean, you can hear, but you can't see anything where you're at. And yeah, Ramon, you watch them as they kind of load up these bodies out of the that are in the I want to say like Star Wars for the it's not that, but they're basically in stasis onto this crawler, and the guy's just kind of sitting there with his big old rifle on his back, watching as they're doing that. They're going to take a few minutes. The rest of you are kind of waiting back, I guess, hoping that Ramon will come back alive. And when you do, you are actually ambushed by the two guys that circled around, and they are going to step into the clearing. They've got you basically mechanically. They've got you in Overwatch, and they step out with their Vulcan carbines. You can see they're dirty, scarred, beat up looking men. They kind of, one smiles with kind of a broken tooth smile, and he says, "Oh, I think you're going to put your weapons down and walk away, one way or the other." And then cinematically cocks the gun, even though you don't have to do that.
Why did you just randomly eject a casing? That seems like a waste.
I was just kind of staring, looking back and forth between Amira and Saeed with this what do I do look on my face. But I don't say anything.
So they ambushed Rahman, right?
No,
No.
they ambushed the group.
Ambush,
Yeah, the
Oh.
two guys that were up there. Yeah, so these were different people that came to. Well, I mean, they're different parts of that same group. No, Ramon, you're still watching that whole unloading, loading process. That's taking a while. This is happening kind of somewhere where you don't see it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you're just chilling.
I'm waiting to see if our lovely is going to use her wording ways.
I was just about to say, I wonder if I should try to verbal meme one of them at least. There's 2 of them, right?
There's 2. They've basically come out. They're in Overwatch, which basically means that if you go for a weapon or something, they're going to get a free shot.
Right.
They're kind of cross firing you. Like they're not standing across from each other like idiots. They're kind of like at an angle. One's kind of here and one's behind you, so they can basically get you both, all of you, with them. You would imagine they could get all of you with automatic fire if they wanted to.
Okay. I'm going to. Boy. Oh, why not? I'll try it on the one behind us. The verbal meme talent.
Okay, so yeah, these guys aren't the martyrs or whatever, so they're just a normal, just normal mystic power. What are you gonna do to them? What are you gonna tell them?
I got a quick question.
Yep.
In the previous game, did we not land the ship on number 3, where Saeed is right now?
No.
No,
No. Okay.
We
no,
landed
no.
to
There
the
had been
north.
discussion about landing on one of the number 8s. You're like miles away.
We didn't
nowhere near
land
the
because
ship.
it was going to be too hard. and if you messed it up, then we would have been stuck.
Tried hard to get you to do it though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
did.
did.
She did.
Yeah. Nope. You landed kilometers away because we're in space, so it's all kilometers.
To the north, yeah.
Yeah, you're off. You're off the map. Like it would take you a couple hours to get to where you go back to the ship.
So where are the bad guys at now? I mean, I see where we are around number 3.
They are. They're basically right around. They're surrounding you essentially. I mean, I'm not using this
Oh,
as a.
I
I'm not
got
using
you.
this as an accurate representation of where you are, but I will do it just if it helps with the. Yeah, because that was a nightmare, and I'm not using Roll20 for that anymore. That was that.
Yeah, no,
combat
that's
was-
fine.
I have nightmares about that combat.
You could have just pinged. You could have just pinged it. That would have been.
Yeah,
That would have been good.
They're
enough.
basically like, let's see, how would they do it? So this guy's here, and this guy's like here, or something to that effect, so they can shoot across each other. You guys are kind of like in the middle. You know, they got you in crossfire, basically.
All right. I'm back in Roll20. Yay. Okay.
Well, you should roll dice, I guess, if you want. It was basically one guy's on one side of the group, one guy's on the other. They're kind of pointing their weapons more or less across you, you know, but in an angle so that they probably won't hit each other if they miss, because they are, well, I wouldn't say they're trained soldiers, but they're not idiots. At least not complete idiots. We'll find out how stupid they are to pull this off. But
Hey, sorry,
yeah,
you
so
think
go ahead
these
and
guys
make
are
a.
trained
What,
soldiers.
yeah, no, they're definitely not. They look like. I mean, you
Yeah,
know that there's
no.
lots of these like militant groups down here. They can be part of the syndicate, although they look kind of dirty for that. Okay, yeah, you could roll me one. What do you want to tell them?
I want to tell him to put his weapon down and back away.
Okay.
I just don't want him to have his gun. Yep. Okay.
All right. Did you
Let me
succeed?
roll it.
Yep. You go ahead and roll.
Hang on. Sorry, everything is taking forever to load here.
No,
Let's
that's fine.
see. I have it. That's right. I thought 5 plus 4 is 9. So
I can always use the darkest points.
well, I need for one guy to not have a gun. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sixes.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to be able to resist that. Okay. So yeah. So you look at one of them and say that, and he goes to lower his gun. Of course, the other guy yells out, "What are you doing?" And he's a bit confused. So I'll say he's. I will give you that he's kind of out of Overwatch now because he's a little confused as to what's going on. So if anybody's planning to attack, we can roll initiative, because he is.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and everybody just roll initiative, and when it comes to your number, I'll just remember what your number is. I'll just call him out.
Initiative.
Okay. He's 4.
Okay.
That's everybody but Ramon goes. Well, of course you'll hear soon, Ramon, that there's must be gunshots going up, but not yet. Okay, so anybody have a 6?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So the other guy is, you can see that he goes, once again, he's like, "What are you doing?" Once again, cocks his gun for no reason, because people like to do that in movies.
Okay. Can I do a command?
Yeah, of course. That's a slow action, so that's all you'll be able to do.
That's fine,
yes.
because I'm not a great fighter. So I'm going to yell at Saeed and people who are with me to show no mercy and take them out.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah. I think, guys, I'm done with them. And let's see, done with that.
Wow. You're changing your tune.
Captain's
Yeah.
pissed.
How unnicky of you.
I know.
Okay, you
Kill
play
them.
Rahman. I'll play. No.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
I was gonna make the comment that I think your Ramon's rubbing off.
Yeah.
But they're
No, I
sweeping the
mean-
path.
Honestly, just I'm done with these guys.
Okay, so roll your command.
2.
Okay, so that's 2 dice that somebody can use. Does anybody got a 5? Or is there any more 6s? Nope. Okay, how about 4? They're on a 4. Does anybody else have a 4?
I'm sorry. What was I supposed to roll?
D6.
I apologize.
That's okay.
I got a 6.
Oh, okay. Well, then you technically go first. But you can't use the... No, you were also a 6, right? So you could use up to 2 points for your attack or whatever you're going to do right now. Or not. I mean, it's up to you if you want to use them or not. There's 2 that the whole group can use. And that would just mean 2 extra dice, basically.
So do you want me to do it now?
That is up to you. She just gave you the
Well,
command to kill.
Yeah,
so
I
it's up
didn't
to
know
you
if we
you
were
wanna do
going down, if you were asking everybody to go down their list first, or if we're
it. Oh, no,
acting
no.
on
In
the
this game, you
numbers.
just go on your initiative. Yeah. I know
Okay,
it's weird,
well,
right? 'Cause
so-
there's many different games.
If she
Yes, in
says
this one,
take
it's your
him out,
initiative. You go. Yeah.
if she says she takes him out, he's just going to be standing there, and he's like already nervous as hell. So once he hears just take him out, he's like, ah, and he just like holds the carbine forward and just pulls the trigger. He doesn't. He's like, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he doesn't want to get in trouble for non-action
Okay.
or for hesitating. So he's going to shoot at the one that's down at the south.
Okay.
The one that's at the bottom there.
Well, that's the one that's walking away.
Well,
Do you want to shoot
that's
him in
a
the back?
Well, I mean, does this game have an honor system?
No, you can do what you want. I'm just saying he's the
Yeah,
one that's walking
if
away.
he's
Okay.
if he's walking away, he's just going to be easier to hit.
Okay.
I do all the
Yes.
help I can get.
Wow.
That
Ah,
broad
yeah.
back is so
Hey.
much easier to.
She said, "I'm tired of them. Take them out." So I'm doing what I'm told.
I'm not. I would never criticize that.
All right. For some reason, I have a +1 modifier. I don't think I'm supposed to have that here.
It's probably from the gun. The Vulcan
Oh
carbine
yeah,
has
you're
+1.
right. You're right. That is what that is. Okay. So this will be combat ranged, right?
Yep.
Or
Combat
ranged
ranged,
combat.
and then add 1.
All right. Boom.
Nope. You miss unless you want to trade to the other ones.
Wow. Well, my inexperience shows.
Okay. Did you want to
So I-
pray to the ranged combat to the judge?
Do I get to
Right, the
reroll
judge,
the
you do
whole
re-
thing?
Oh yeah, you do. It's
Yeah,
so
why
good.
not?
It's the thing to do for sure.
Everybody else has done it. I'll try it at least once.
All right, yeah, do it. Pray to the judge.
Ranged combat.
Oh, did somebody get bumped again?
Okay, well,
Nope, the judge
gunfighting
does
is
not
not
like
my
it.
thing. No. So he just holds the thing forward and just starts spraying bullets everywhere, and he's like, "Ah!"
Nice.
To not very
All right.
much effect.
All right, well that's okay. All right, so does anybody have a 5?
Nope.
Nope. They're on a 4. Is anybody on a 4?
Nope.
All right. Well, the one guy is gonna let loose into the group. I mean, Said, you're holding a Vulcan carbine, right? Oh, and actually, so is Dimitri. So I'm gonna give even odds that because you're not holding the carbine, are you, Cyrus?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are. Okay.
gave me
But
one.
Amir, is Amir holding one? No. right?
No,
No.
no.
He's got her cricket.
All right. All right.
I
So
have
it's
a
3 of you.
cricket.
So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as far as who's doing target first. 1. Okay, he's targeting Dimitri, which makes sense since you just fired.
It totally
Alright.
makes sense.
So yeah, you're about to get shot. Try to get shot in the back as well because you turned around to shoot this guy. He's like, "You're shooting my friend." Oh, all right. You get
Uh-oh.
hit with the carbine. Okay, so you're gonna take. I think it's 2 points of damage with the carbine. No, 3.
point.
Take 3 damage. You can't crit it though. However, he is going to unload because he's a ruthless adversary. So he's going to keep shooting with the auto. He's going full auto on you. Nope. 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 Wow. He's just like, oh, and he runs out of bullets.
So
But he
how
did-
does
he
that
did-
work? He just keeps
Now,
rolling
y-
until.
It's, one is out of bullets, a 6 hits you, and everything else you just keep rolling. You could do the same with the carbine, but as soon as you hit a 1, you're out of bullets. Also, you have armor, though, right? You have protective clothing.
I do.
So, so go ahead and roll a 3 dice. And any 6s you get will reduce the damage by 1. There you go. So you're only going to take 2 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, and also since you shot this guy, I'm going to allow him a manipulation roll to not be charmed anymore because he just got shot. Oh no, you missed him. So I'm not going to do that. Who's on a 3?
Saeed is.
All right.
I'm firing at the guy that's firing into us. As long as I'm
Okay.
not flagging any of our own people.
No, you definitely can do that. You just won't be able to do automatic fire because you might have to move.
Yep. Oh, you kidding
No.
me?
Would you like to pray to the judge?
Yes.
It's gonna be that kind of night,
Holy cow.
folks.
That's because you said you were going to get a lot of crits tonight. See, you shouldn't have jinxed yourself.
Oh,
No, I never
gosh.
said that.
There you
What I
go.
s-
There we go.
What I said
right, so-
was, hopefully
that's a
we can get a
crit.
lot.
Right,
We'll take
that is a
crit
crit.
on that.
Right, you get 2 get you a crit, right? All right. So go ahead before we even deal with damage, because you might kill him. Go ahead and roll the 2 6s. 2 6-siders.
Yep.
So a 5 and a 1.
Yep.
So 5 and 1 is broken spine.
Oh.
Okay, he's dead in D6 hours, unconscious. D6. Okay, he's down. Yeah. So yeah, you shoot one right through his gut, and it shatters his spine, and he drops to the ground. As his weapon finishes his load, blood falls down. You notice the other guy that's walking away calmly. Maybe walk just a tiny bit faster now.
Yeah. Well, good that Saeed. Yeah. I just one of these. Oh,
He's so
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
oh,
guy's
actually, I guess
gone.
technically, hold on, I don't want to rain on your parade, but he'll have to get 3 6s on 3 dice, but he does have 3 points of armor, so it's very unlikely. But he'd have to reduce all the damage to get rid of the crit. So let me just see. Nope. Okay, so he's dead basically. I mean, he's gonna die in D6 hours.
I'll go
Okay, so
over with
he
my
drops.
sword and finish him.
Are we still in initiative?
Yeah,
Just
we
coup
are.
de
Go ahead,
grace.
Cyrus. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm like, go ahead, Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
Your text.
I'm on 2.
Okay.
We're
go
still
for
on 3, right?
it. No, I think everybody's gone now.
Okay.
Except for you.
I'm gonna go ahead and use those 2 points because I suck at range combat. And I'm gonna auto fire on the guy that's walking away.
Nice.
Swiss cheese.
All right, so make your initial shot with the 2 points.
Okay, I got 2 successes on my initial shot.
Okay. So that's
That's a regular hit. with The
that's a
carbine.
regular hit for 3 damage. Plus, what do you want to do with the extra point? You can do.
Oh,
any
right.
number of things.
I forgot all
It's
about
not enough to
that.
crit, but you can either do 1 more point of damage, or you could disarm him. You could knock him prone. There's a few different things. So I don't have the book. open 'cause
Just
I've
go
never
ahead and
used
add it to damage.
it. Okay, so that's 4 damage. All right, and go ahead and start rolling your d6s. So roll until you get a 1. Any 6s that you get are more damage.
All right. 4, 2, 1.
Okay, yeah, you empty your magazine as well. Of course, now that he's shot, I'm going to give him a manipulation check to see if he keeps doing what he's doing or if he just boots.
We'll say Cyrus like raises her robot arm, and in her robot arm, she's holding the carbine with just that arm. Opens up.
Nice, like a full Rambo style.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So even though you made fun of him for cocking his gun too many times, he ended up having more bullets than you. Maybe that's why. Maybe he had a wealth of bullets. Yeah. So I mean, him being shot, he's running into the woods. Because remember, he dropped his gun too. So
yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
Rahman, you hear automatic gunfire, and the men that were loading the crawler, 2 of them grab carbines and start looking around. So I'm gonna do another observation check for them. So you can do another infiltration. to see if they see you. Let me shuffle my dice here. I'm using the cards. I like using the cards. Okay, one success. Let's see if these guys get any successes. Ooh, one
Do
success.
I get any bonuses for the cover? Because I'm in the tree or something.
No, I think that's assumed. Well, I don't think you get a bonus for cover for infiltration. No, you would get it if you had a skill or whatever. I will say, I'll let you know because you could pray if you want. That they got 2 successes. So, if you do not pray, they're going to see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna say,
Yeah,
"Oh, gambler."
Yeah, you see that they seem to be staring very strongly in your direction as you mumble a prayer to the gambler and see if you can get another success.
Yeah, he's gonna say, "Gambler, don't let them see me. I do not want to die here." And oops. Oh no!
Well, but, they add together though, so you got 2. All right, so you match it. So you don't have to beat them. You just have to match it to stay hidden because you're already there. If you were moving, I'd make you beat them, but you're fine. You're getting nervous. Like they have a sense of somebody around, but they don't actually put a beat on you yet. But they're definitely still looking.
They're a crawler. Is there
Yeah.
a driver in there?
No, they're loading the.
Where is the crawler exactly?
So
that map.
so the crawler is like. Do this for you. The crawler drove up here, so it's like right here. And the men are. Well, there's the 2 now with the carbines. They're like right here and right here, and then the other 2 guys are back here loading it.
Could you
Prizes.
click on the map whereabouts the crawler is?
I put a square. You don't see a square?
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Now I
gotcha.
do.
Yeah, it's right here. This is the crawler, the big square. Here, I'll draw a little. Well, it's this big thing with the things is a crawler. The 2 in front of it. So these are the 2 guys with the carbines. Because they hear the sound, obviously. And then the 2 guys loading are here. They don't grab carbines. They start moving faster. This guy up here, which I'll put him on the map as well. And the scooter, he actually pulls his big rifle, long rifle off his back, and he kind of like shoulders it, and he's looking around. And you hear him yell to the men, "Hurry up!" So yeah, it would be. I mean, if you want to get to the crawler, it would be. They'd see you, so you'd have to like charge them, and you are 30-ish meters away. So it would be daring and worth an experience point.
Yeah.
But experience
Yeah.
points are no good to you if you are dead.
Yep.
But right now they don't see you, and they seem to be loading even faster. They're trying to get these things in there. The other guy kind of ran off into the woods. What's the rest of the party? What are you guys doing? And I guess you probably hear the guy yell too. He says, "Hurry up!"
I'm coup de grace the guy that's on the ground.
Rahman, on the comm, he pages you guys. It's like, is everything okay? I just heard some gunfire, and he's whispering.
Yes, we're okay.
We're okay.
I see,
Reloading.
There are 4 men, and they're loading the bodies from the pod into their crawler.
Okay.
And
Can we
I
grab
see
that other carbine and get the ammo out of it? The one that he dropped?
Yeah, you could roll a d6 to see how many reloads he has.
Okay, because I would give it to Saeed or Cyrus or Dimitri. The
That's actually
reloads.
both of them. The guy that fell too. They each have
Okay.
a d6 for reloads.
Okay, I'll roll 4 and a 2.
Yeah, so you got 6 more reloads, and of course 2 more carbines if you want them.
Yeah.
Let me just see what
I
else
would,
they have on.
give the bullets to the people who are actually holding the carbines, and I would. Yeah.
Well, do you want a carbine now?
No.
You get a carbine. You get a carbine.
There's plenty of them, yeah.
Yes.
I'll take one of those reloads back because I just used one.
Yeah. Have the 4.
Mhm.
And Saeed, I'll give you the one with the 2. Or Dimitri, you shot, didn't you? Whoever needs
Yeah.
it can take it.
Yeah, I'd take at least one.
Okay.
There's 6 of them, right? So we could each get like one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can each get
Distribute
2.
them however you would like. You are the shooters.
So yeah, you're able to do that. Nobody seems to follow up on this little ambush action that you, as far as you can tell. After another minute or two, they finish loading up the crawler, and they jump on. This time though, the guys that were loading get into drive. The 2 guys with the carbines like sit on the roof of it, with the carbines kind of looking out, and it basically goes. You can see this road here. It kind of, it goes down the road, and does like the circle because it's a big vehicle. It can't just like turn around. So you see it do that. It's going to get really close to you, Ramon. So you have the option to move if you want, while they're far away from you.
He's gonna
or
drop down into
rescue.
the valley over there.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll say that. I mean, they're looking, but I'll say if you drop down there, you're probably good. And yeah, they circle around. The guy with the hover bike, they kind of come around this way, and they go this way, right off the map, of course. And then the guy with the hover bike goes behind him like this.
Are we trying to intercept the people in the crawler, or are we trying to follow them?
That is a discussion that you all can have because they're basically leaving. If you
We're
want to try
going
to
to
stop
have
them,
to follow them, but they're so well armed.
Yeah,
But I
Rama
don't see-
on the comm, he's gonna be like, I see them leaving eastward. There are 2 paths, but they're both. One of them's heading through the trail leading up, and the other one eastward. And he just simply reports where they're going.
Well, the reason I ask that is because if they come circle around the hill at number 8, that puts them really close to us. But what I can do is if they're trucking around, can I try to get? I'm assuming that these things aren't powered by internal combustion.
the crawler is. Yeah.
The crawler is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just also each one of those grids is 10 meters, so they're not that close to you.
Okay.
They're over 100 meters away. I mean, they're close enough that you can hear them, but I mean, you're not so close you have to like worry that they're gonna drive right up on you.
No, that's not what my concern. My concern was there a way for me to try and isolate some kind of radio signal or something a beacon that this thing might be emitting so that we can try and track it if it pulls away from us?
Yeah, actually, when you were tapped into the to the drop pod, you would know that the stasis beds themselves have put out small kind of tracer beacons. So
Okay.
since you already tapped into it once, you could make a let's see what it says. Like it's a technology -2 test, I think is what it says. To set up but you need to have what you do.
I do.
Cyrus has it. You need one of those sensors in order to do it. So if you use the Cyrus sensor and you guys work together, and do a data gen -2, you can set up a tracker.
Okay, a data gen -2.
Data gen or technology? I thought you said technology.
No, data gen.
So negative -2. So I, with my back in obvious pain, I'm gonna run up next to Cyrus, and I'll just be like, "Hey, put your take your sensor out and point it toward the crawler as it's coming by." And I whip out my computer and start banging away.
Cyrus will definitely help them.
Yeah, and you will get a +1 because Cyrus is helping you, so you'll just be, I guess, -1 data.
-1, okay.
Where is the group right now?
Just south of the.
They're near the number 3.
Number 3, all the way
Yeah.
down
Southwest, yeah.
there.
Data gen. Bang. Ooh,
I guess technically,
syntax
just so we know,
error.
because I did, I kind of started to narrate, but then Rush wanted to do something. So technically, while this is happening, the guys are still there. They're like down in the corner, the bad guys.
I'm
as it would
getting
be.
a
This is before they get to you, yeah, like right there.
I'm getting a syntax error. Left-hand side expression in posifix operation.
Well, that sounds like a computer thing, and you're the data gen. Figure it out.
Yeah, let me take the. Ooh, let me get rid of the -1.
Well, yeah, you don't put a -1. You add a negative. Yeah, there you go. which is weird, but yeah. Okay, you're good.
Nice.
How long is the long range on a weapon?
Long range is pretty far. I think it's 100 meters. Let me check.
100 meters.
Long range is 100 meters. Yeah.
Where is that guy with the grab bike? Is he still back up there?
Oh. Yeah, he's there. Yep. You could try to shoot him, except for there's a bunch of trees in between you. So that would be very, very difficult. But when he comes around the corner, you could try to shoot him if you'd like.
Yeah. I mean, what's the mechanics for operating a silent weapon? I mean, do they know where it's coming from, or do they have to roll observation to spot me if I were to?
They would have to roll a hard observation check, like a -2, because you're not making any sound. But they're obviously going to know what direction they might know what direction it came from. What I'm going to say is, because the way they have his weapon actually has a very long range as well as actually has extreme range, but they're allowing him only to shoot long range because of all the foliage. So I'll let you shoot, but I'm going to give you a minus because technically you probably should only be able to shoot short range here with your weapon because it has a long range modifier, right?
Yeah,
that's how they're doing it. But you could shoot it. I'll give you a -2 to shoot him. But yeah, if you miss, you'll have to shoot him when he's like at the cross. You're not there. You'll have to wait till he's turning around because right there he's blocked from you. Like when he gets to be.
He has
like,
the
when he's
active
like,
scope on it though too.
yeah, he's got
Yeah.
+2 scope on him. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll add all that. Yeah. So when he's like right here, you could shoot him. Yeah, you put in all the positive and all the minuses to figure out your total. So it's going to be -2 because of he's moving and because of all the foliage and because of the distance and this wreckage. But you'll get a +2 for your scope too. So yeah, you can shoot him when he's driving by for sure. No
Yeah,
question.
he's gonna do that.
So while he's deciding that, I'm just gonna hop on the comms real quick and I'll tell everybody. I say, well, I've got the signal for the beds in the back of the crawler, so we can track them that way.
Well done, Dimitri.
Thank you.
Job.
Okay, yeah. So the crawler rolls past. You have the connection. It comes up just as I described. It goes down, it goes past Herman. They don't see you because you move down into the area. Now you're going to climb back up and wait till the grab bike guy drives by and you're going to shoot at him.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Well, I'm gonna do the infiltration first, right?
Yeah, you could roll infiltration to see if he doesn't spot you, I suppose. And you are long range, which I think is probably normal. Yeah, you fail. That doesn't mean he necessarily sees you though, because he still has to pass an observation to be able to see you. I mean, you won't get any bonus, but whether or not he's going to be able to see you or not. Oh man, these cards are not rolling well for me, which is good for you guys. Okay, yeah, go ahead, make a shot.
Take him out.
That +2 -2.
Nice.
Man.
You hit him.
Yeah.
Did you want to try to get a better shot?
Yeah, I am going
Okay.
to pray
All right.
and
Oh,
try and get a better shot.
Yeah, now's the
Ramon
time to
being
do it.
stupid.
Well, now's the time to do it because if you don't take them out, you're gonna have trouble. Because there's
Ramon
5 guys
being
that are gonna be able to get back to you pretty quickly.
stupid. Oh man,
Okay, so you shoot him. What's the damage on the accelerator pistol? 1.
1.
All right, let me roll his armor. His armor is light armor, so that's 4 dice. I'm just gonna do this, and I'll just look at him and see if we get any 6s. No. Okay. All right, so he takes 1 point of damage. Then he turns around. Obviously, he's got the rifle out. I told you that, and he's gonna try to shoot you. You failed infiltration, so he didn't spot you before you shot him, but of course now you just shot at him, so he's gonna take a shot at you. Actually, let's roll initiative, because I'll call that a surprise, even though you didn't actually win the infiltration, but he wasn't expecting it. So go ahead and roll a d6 for initiative. See if you can move board to something before he goes.
Yeah, roll 2d6. I choose the better.
Okay.
6.
go. Well, 5, but that's fine.
5.
You're still before him. So yeah, you see him spin around. He's gonna take a shot at you.
Okay.
What you want to do? You obviously had to have crawled back up on top of the thing, or else you wouldn't want to show them.
Yeah. I mean, which way is the river running?
It's running off the bottom of the.
Where's the bottom? Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
jump down here, and he's gonna run along the edges and take cover.
It will take your entire round to move 30 meters, which is basically just to get to the river. Because remember, each one of those squares is 10 meters. This is a huge area.
Is it a cover or?
That will not provide cover. No, well, if you could take cover, you could drop to the ground. That would give you cover.
Yeah.
Well, it's harder
He's
for them to
gonna-
shoot you, I think, if you're on the ground.
Yeah.
So
Well,
find that modifier.
I'm gonna see whether if I can get lost in the trees over there. Could I do that?
They're going to run into the trees. Yeah, if you run into the trees, then that'll provide some kind of cover to give him a minus on his shot. I guess I need to have the cover rules here. Let's see. They probably are here somewhere. Range, actions. I'm just going to say it's -2 if you're in the cover, because that's pretty. You could definitely run into the trees. If you run into the trees, it's going to take basically. It'll be a fast action just to get in there, and if you want to drop to the ground, then that'll be two actions. And that'll give you the most cover. But then you'll just have one fast action left.
Okay.
If you want to do that. So if you wanted to do a shot, or you could just not do anything, I suppose.
Yeah, he will do that. He's gonna go up there,
Yeah,
drop down.
All right. He's gonna shoot at you at a -2. Let me get his. Let's get his stats. His weapon is also quiet. He has a. This is, you'll be jealous here. He has an accelerator rifle.
Oh man.
Yeah. He also has a sensor sight. So that basically. Let's see. So here's his agility, ranged combat. Okay, so basically I'm giving him a -2. He has a +2, so I'm just going to make that a 0. So he's rolling 6 dice. So the rest of you are like getting stuff ready. You don't hear this combat because these are quiet. It's like. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think that's a crit with an accelerator rifle.
Yep.
And he is an assassin, so he is not holding back. Got 3 damage with a crit. Oh, actually, I should add 1 more die. But that's fine. I won't roll it because I'm not mean. Let's do the crit. So 2 6-siders. D6. D6. So 22. Broken finger. Oh, no, broken finger. You're going to drop held items, so you drop your weapon. And you're -2 ranged combat and melee combat for 2d6 days, basically. So -2 on your ranged and melee combat. And
Do I do do I do armor roll?
Yes, and if you eliminate all the damage, you won't have any crit. So you got to get 3 points on the armor.
All right.
Okay,
Close.
so you only take 1 point of damage, but you still do the crit. Yeah, unfortunately. And he's not stupid, and he knows people are out here shooting at him, so he just takes that shot, and then he's going to use his second move to do a movement, but he's on a very fast vehicle, so he basically just goes zoom and shoots away. And he's pretty much out of your sight. And you can still hear the crawler. That you know because you're accelerator, or what do you call it, a grab bike racer. You know they're fast. So, yeah, he takes off. And, yeah, as far as you guys can tell, they're moving on. What do you got? You do have communicators, so if you want to talk to each other, it's fine.
Yeah, because
That'll
we still
happen
have
in
no
a few
idea
seconds.
that any of that just happened.
Right, exactly. So just so you know, I mean, just because it's clear, because you're going to find this out eventually, this circles around and then they get back on this road. The call comes to one road. And you've got your little, like, beep, beep, beep sensor thing. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I turned to Amira and Saeed, and I'm like, well, how do we want to? Do we just follow them on foot, or I guess that's the only choice we have.
Is everybody okay?
Ramon grits his teeth. He picks up the rifle, the pistol with his left hand. 13 minutes. Okay, go. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, man,
I
where
didn't know
was
you had an
I? I'm sorry.
intelligent pistol.
Yeah, he picks up the accelerator pistol with his left finger. I'll set the timer. Go, go, go. So he picks it up and he grits his teeth and goes, I think my finger's broken. But I'll join you soon.
He goes, okay. Just a broken finger?
Yes.
Yeah, I got hit in the back and it hurts pretty bad, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you heal back at one. I think it's 1 point per hour.
Okay.
When you're hurt like that. Yeah, healing doesn't actually do anything unless you're broken. But I mean, for roleplay, obviously. But just so you know, I just
Yeah.
Sorry, I know that you're new to the game system, so I'm pointing out rules constantly. I'll stop that after a couple sessions.
No, that's fine.
Just so you
Saeed
understand how
was-
it works. Yeah.
Saeed will look you over and he just kind of slaps you on the wound. Goes, yeah, I think you'll be fine.
Oh God.
Ah!
Yeah. You got a little bruise back there. So as the
will,
party, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do what you're going to do first, because that'll all happen first.
Oh.
You're just having a conversation.
I would look at Dimitri and say, "I'm sorry, I'm not usually quite that hot-headed, but these gentlemen are really starting to make me angry."
Oh, it's okay. I mean, we got them. Well, we got two of them anyway. So,
So-
like he said, apparently I'm gonna be okay. So, I'm not too concerned.
All right.
So when
I
you check
promise
the
from now
body,
on, though, I'll be clear-headed.
You're a pretty tough guy, Dimitri. You'll be fine.
so when you check the body, you do notice a few things. Number one,
Okay.
they are very dirty. Like clearly living out here in the woods, dirty. Like beat up clothes, ripped up. But then they have like weirdly like expensive things, like a ring or something. They've got no indication of any kind of Order of Pariah like talismans, but they do have a talisman of a jungle, like a jungle icon, which isn't technically like an actual icon. They both have that. In addition, they have like canteens of water and because they have packs on, and some food. But no identification, no money, nothing like that.
Okay.
Rahman, as you're kind of staying hidden there, you hear a voice, a woman's voice. She kind of calls out to you. Well, you can tell she's calling to you because of what she says. She says, "You're either very brave or very stupid."
Above both. I'll take both. And
Yes, they probably
he
go
says,
together.
And he says, "I'm Raman Al Qasim. Who might you be? And where are you speaking out from?"
I am Aquita, and she steps up from this area into the number 4 area, so over here. Oop, I'm not using the right tag. She steps up from over here. She's kind of standing on that ridge. There, right there. She doesn't have. You can see that she's armed with a bow, like a badass, and she's got like dirt and like she's dirty, but more like in a camouflage way. And she just has a bow in her hand. She doesn't have an arrow nocked or anything.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna look around and hop down here. He's gonna trust that she's not a hostile.
Okay.
And he climbs down and says, "Well, so I presume that you saw the whole thing. How do you figure into this mess?"
Yes, those dirty smugglers, as they like to call themselves, really slavers, running out of I lost the page. Running out of Bay Basin. They've been coming here for a while. It seems we can never get here fast enough before they strip the bodies from these drop pods I'm guessing that they're running the bodies down, running the people down to be used as slaves for whatever they're up to. That Ramses. Huh, I see you got a shot against him. Pretty good. He's a very good shot. You're lucky you're still standing.
I think I am too. And he looks at his finger. And I don't think it's a feat that I could repeat at all. He's broken my finger. And he holds up his hand.
Yeah, she looks. She says, yes. Well, he's ruthless. I'm surprised he didn't come back to finish you off. He must have thought there were more of you than there are. Especially since it seems that his other 2 men never came back.
I see. I heard a gunfire from southwest of here.
Yes.
Are you alone,
Yes,
or do you have more people?
My buddy is with me. He's checking out the disturbance to the south. Aquim. We are, they say rebels, but we just want to be left alone and allow our freedom here. Freedom from these, and she kind of spits on the ground. Freedom from these criminals.
Who exactly are they? I do not recognize their insignia. Were they
Yes.
wearing any uniforms or anything like that?
No, they weren't. She says, they call themselves Ramses Jackals after Ramses, as you, he is a good shot. I don't know if he's such a good leader. As he loses as many men as he gains, it seems.
Are they from Koa, like you and I? Obviously, Raman's certain accent is, recognizable as being Koan.
Yeah, and so is hers. She says, no. He came from my understanding is he came from a mining community near the son of Melek. But he's got quite a reputation, having fought in for whoever pays him the most, with little regard for civility.
I see. Well, I believe the introduction is in order. My name is Raman Al-Qasim. I'm the pilot of Sacred Oasis. It's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you as well. Aquita, and she says again, and she says, yes, we saw your ship come down and followed you through the woods here. We were wondering if you were another part of them, but you didn't seem to act in the way of the jackals.
Well, if you believe that,
oh, good.
If you believe that we have a common enemy, perhaps you should speak to my captain. Her name is Amira, and I think it would be helpful to have you both meet. Would you like to come with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she nods. And then she turns and starts walking towards the direction. I mean, she knows where they went, because as you guys are kind of getting your stuff together in that clearing, you hear a man's voice. And he says, you hear from the things he says, please do not open fire. I'm coming out.
We will not hurt you if you don't hurt us.
That seems a fair gamble.
I still keep a carbine focused at him.
Well, of course, darling. I would expect nothing less.
A man steps out. He's bearded. Also, again, he's dirty, but more in like a camouflaged into the dirt way. But he's wearing actually a camo suit, a chameleon suit, which is why I got so close to you with no issues. He does, in fact, have a weapon, but he doesn't. He has it kind of holstered. He's got a long rifle, so like a primitive weapon. He just has it on his back. But you do see, Saeed would immediately notice he's got this long rifle, which is like a primitive weapon, and then attached to the bottom part is a missile launcher. Like a tank, a tank. Like a small missile. Obviously he's got it on his body. It's not big. And he steps out. Again, he has his hands out like this. He says, I am Aquim, and we saw you land, and he kind of looks at the dead body. He says, and we saw that you had some trouble with, he spits on the ground near the body, with the dirty smugglers.
Yes, we did. They are, well, at least some of them are fanatics.
Yes. I think these ones are just fanatical about getting enough beer to drink away their sorrows.
Well, certainly he, and she'll glance at the dead body, has no more sorrows. He's with the judge now.
He smiles. He says, that is true. I noticed that you were investigating the drop pods.
Yes, they have been taking people, and one of the people they took is close to me. My name is Amira. By the way, this is Saeed and Cyrus, Dimitri.
He kind of nods his head in greeting to each of you. He just got his hands together, like in a very non-aggressive way. But he's kind of just. But you can tell, Saeed especially, that he's this guy's seen some stuff. He's definitely a soldier. You can tell by the way he holds himself. He says, "Well, we have no love for the smugglers, and I don't know what they're doing, but they've been dropping bodies here for months. Every time we try to."
They're stealing people that are purported to have mystic powers. That's what they're doing.
Oh. He looks at it. I don't really believe in those things, but I know that they need plenty of slaves. I don't know what they use them for. I guess to work the fields. But the slave trade is strong here on Kua, as you may know. Because you're also from Kua, right? So you have a part accent as well. Yeah. Yes. They've been, when we see the pods drop, we try to make our way here, but the storms kept us. So once again, we weren't able to stop them.
Do you know where they're taking the people?
Yes, their tracks lead straight to a den of iniquity, a hell here on Kua, Bay Basin.
Ah.
Yes,
Dimitri
I believe
glances. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll say Dimitri glances over at Cyrus, with them two having set up a way to track the stasis beds. He just kind of looks over at her and just shrugs because these two already know where they're going.
That's one thing about exactly. He says, yes, from there I believe that they put the bodies, the stasis beds onto rafts and float them down towards the Agul. That's what we can tell, at least. It is our plan to overtake Bay Basin. Perhaps we have a similar enemy.
It appears we do have a common enemy. We would appreciate any help, information. I would like to try to stop them before they go to Al Ghul, or do you think it'd be better to try to get to Al Ghul and cut them off?
This I cannot say. I'm heading to Bay Basin. You might be able to stop them before they get on the boats, if that's what you're looking to do. But I have a group meeting in 3 days' time, which we should be able to make no problem if we move quickly. And we're going to close that place down for once and for all.
Okay. What do you think, darling? She turns to Saeed. Shall we storm the castle gates, as it were?
Oh, remember how we talked about, doing puff jobs, like rescuing people and shall we storm the gates one last time?
I think this is as good a cause as any. And if
Yeah.
we can find where they are, we can find maybe the emissary.
Yep. Well, and Nor. I
And
know your
Nor.
heart's with her too.
Yes, it is.
The gentleman raises his eyebrow. Quim, he says, "You believe this has something to do with the missing emissary?"
I do. I do believe that.
Well,
She's
it would be
very
good.
she's very smart. Obvious butt kissing tactic.
Yeah, she'll side eye you.
He nods. He says, and about that time, you probably hear Ramon and the other scout, as they would be, coming through the woods.
Raman raises his hand and goes, Captain, I found a local a friend here. It seems we have a common enemy.
Yes, we've also
Yes.
met someone. I think you
Oh.
were right, Ramon. Sorry, go ahead.
I had not expected that. This is Akita. Akita. And then he
Akita.
gestures to her so that she could introduce herself.
Yep, she says, I see that Aquim once again lost his patience and decided to talk to you first. And she smiles and says,
So he's your companion. I see.
Yes. Yes, we, one must have a companion when scouting through the woods. The jungle is dangerous. And I try to keep him safe. She smiles.
Yes, Amiro smiles at her and says, it is always good to have trusted companions. Keep each other safe. And she kind of smiles all around at her crew.
And trusted companions who can fix one's broken fingers, perhaps. And then he holds up his hand and wiggles his fingers in front of the
darling,
others.
what happened to you?
I took a shot at a little fella with a long rifle, the one on the hover bike, as he was speeding along. But he was a very good shot. He turned around and shot at me and hit my finger. Well, grazed my finger. Otherwise, I would have simply lost my finger altogether.
Do you want me to look at that, or you want Cyrus to look at it?
Well, either one of you. So long as you guys could fix my finger, you don't want your pilot to not to be able to use the primary hand, do you?
It almost sounds like you're whining a bit.
No, just in case we need to make a quick jump out of the sector, and you're looking for a pilot who's not lame.
Yes.
And
then... we would hate to go with a lame pilot.
Yes, it would be a shame.
Yeah,
and he grins and he holds up his hand towards both Cyrus and Saeed in that general direction.
Piloting a starship must really be hard. And he holds up like 3 fingers on each hand, and he's like, because I can type on my keyboard, and I only need these 6 fingers, which then he wiggles the 2 little fingers on each hand, and he's like, I think I need my fingers more than a pilot does, but I'm not a pilot.
Yes. Perhaps I could teach you how to fly a starship. And then you would realize how difficult the task it is.
I'll check it out.
Okay, you can check. You can test metacurgy. So, here we'll do this. All right, so it's gonna take 9 days for them to heal. If you succeed on the metacurgy test, then it'll take 4 days.
What? Did you just say it takes 3 days to heal? 4 if it's the metacurgy?
No, 9.
9 to heal.
9 of 4. Of course, now that you failed, it'll take twice. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no. Saeed like grabs the figure and he pulls out it. You hear Rama go, ah!
Stop touching me!
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Yeah, I
Yes,
might be a little out of practice.
he's better
Do
with
you
big
have all
wounds.
your fingers?
I've been shooting so many people lately, I think I forgot how to fix them.
You tried. That's all that matters, my love.
You want me to try against?
You can't
gambler.
actually. Not with this. With
I
the
know.
critical, you can't. Yeah. I mean, you can. I'm sorry, you can roleplay like you can, but you can't actually.
What is it? We're trying to help with Ramon's finger.
It's
Yeah,
broken.
you- yeah.
His little boo boo.
Can you try, Cyrus?
Yeah, I mean, I have metacards. Yeah, I can attempt it. Let's see. Let me see your finger, Ramon.
Cyrus like grabs Saeed's hand and it's like yanks it away. It's like, no, that's not how you fix it.
With her metal hand.
Yeah,
With a
I just grab it
robot
with my
hand.
robot. I also failed. No success.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there.
So the
Yeah. It doesn't look like.
Cyrus
gonna be
fixed her
nightmares,
broken
guys.
finger with
Does,
Cyrus fixed her broken finger with a whole new hand.
Cyrus is like, does this hurt? And like, like just like
Cyrus's
squeezes it.
robot had pulver.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
imagine that because they both couldn't do anything about it, it's probably just broken in a funny way that it just can't really see, short of like taking you completely out of action. What you wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
All right.
We probably need to look at it once we get back at the ship.
Yeah, on the ship you can test it because you have a medic bay there.
Yeah. Here, just tape it
Uh,
together. We'll just tape it together right now.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, I get some duct tape out of my tool bag.
You know, you're no good at all. It's not helping it by talking about these tapes and dirt
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I
quit
do not-
wiggling.
stop pulling on it so hard.
Go ahead and make a test of your mystic again.
Oh, okay.
Trying to use up all my darkness points.
Oh,
You keep succeeding.
that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Let's see, 5.
Too bad you didn't take mystic there, Cyrus. The last two as well.
Yeah.
9. All right, let's see. Ooh, 6s. Two 6s that time.
Okay, yeah. See, once again, you feel a little dizzy, but no stress or anything. However, you
Okay.
hear the music now pulsating more, and you actually hear a very soft voice. And it says, "A herald born of flames, dreaming of life, by lightning smote and bound, in shackles cold as ice." I'll put it in the chat. And you recognize the voice for sure as the, well, I can't copy and paste in this because I'm not in the right software. So that's what it says. I mean,
Herald born of flames.
dreaming of life,
Okay, dreaming of life.
by
Got it.
lightning, yeah, by lightning smote and bound, in shackles cold as ice.
Okay.
And you definitely recognize the voice as the emissary's voice because you've heard the emissary before.
Yeah, I've got a
Of
whole
course, nobody else hears
poem
that.
thing.
Yeah.
That I had. In shackles of ice. I mean, you can't just say what you mean.
No, she's an emissary.
No, I know. Freaking Derrida over here. Okay.
You look down at
Yeah.
your sensor there, and you can see that the signal of the pods is getting weaker because they're getting further away from you. And you think if you want to track them from a distance, you're going to have to put the sensor on active. That's up to you. I mean, at least based on what these two new people have said, you have an idea of where they're going. But if you actually want to keep a bead on them, you'll need to use the sensor that you created, Cyrus and Dimitri.
You know what?
Or what is it? You need me technology?
No, you don't need to do anything. You just need to turn your sensor on active if you want to track these things from far away, because you're already losing the signal.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Can I ask the two who are Akeem and Akita if
Right,
they've ever
Akeem.
Akeem, yeah.
So yeah, Akeem and Akita.
If they've heard of any of their people, I'm assuming they have a group, they said, hearing
Yep.
strange voices or hearing strange music.
Oh, yeah. Not them, but they said before they left the camp, about 3 days ago, which would have been right around the same time that the emissary went missing.
Right.
Some of the members actually got quite like a like massive headaches, and some people even passed out, and some of them claimed to have heard music. And he kind of like comes it out because of course they've heard, and you recognize it as the same.
All right.
Right, but they haven't. Right after that, they left camp, so they've been away from their camp for 2.5 days.
All right. Just was curious about that.
Yeah.
The lightning, smoke, and power.
So what kind of numbers are we talking about here? I mean, you talk about your people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ramses here said you were a bunch of scavengers. So how many scavengers do we have?
Yeah. So Akeem looks at you and he says, I believe Ramses called you a bunch of scavengers.
Oh, I see. So he's familiar with you.
Well, not as familiar as my friend here would like to be when she takes her vibro knife and puts it in places that we don't speak of in polite conversation.
I see.
Like in most wars, we have not enough people. You can never have enough.
But do you have any vehicles?
No.
A hover bike, perhaps?
Smiles. No. We have these primitive weapons, which, while your carbines, he kind of looks at them, work well in the cities where you don't need to worry about the mud and the humidity all the time. An old classic like this, and he pulls the this old like long, kind of single shot long rifle off his back. He says this is reliable everywhere.
I appreciate that modification you have there.
He
That's,
smiles. He says, well, I wish I had more than one. We're saving it just in case they try to bring a ship in.
It's quite a piece of work.
Yes. If we can take out Ramses' men and those damn slavers who promote themselves as business people, it will be a good use of this weapon.
How many ships do they have?
Ships? There are no
Yes.
real ships at Babel, because the ship port sank beneath the ground. They are rebuilding it though. but I have not been there in many months. Bay Basin. Keep saying Bay Bissell. Yeah, and you would the people that are Amira and Cyrus, you would remember seeing that in the bulletin. That the ship port has collapsed. So any ships they might have are like shuttles, basically small shuttles. They don't have like ships like warships.
If they do
Right.
not have any ships, then we do have dominance in the sky.
That's true. I will point out, I mean, again, do what you want, but just so you know how the world works, if you take a spaceship and attack a town, you are most likely going to be shot out of the sky. That's not something you're allowed to just do, no matter
Yeah.
how corrupt the town is. But if you want to do it, I mean, it'll be a hell of a fight. But
I don't think that's a good idea.
They probably, a town or settlements, whatever, they probably have measures for that kind of a thing too.
well, yeah, or other ships will drop down on you.
That
I
also.
understand. I understand your enthusiasm, Ramon, but I don't think that's.
Yes, it was about 10 years ago. I was on a bombing run, but the situation is a little bit different nowadays.
So, Aquim, what is your plan?
Well, we plan to go into the Bay Basin and take out the leaders there and drive them off. The smugglers, run by Ramsey, the so-called merchant shipper, Atir, and the Burbasel family, who Cyrus immediately recognizes as being a syndicate family.
Yep.
Burbasel. Oh, the name sounds familiar. Rubs her robot arm a little bit.
You've had dealings with them, Cyrus?
I mean, I may have borrowed a little money from them, you
I
know,
understand.
to pay for a procedure that needed to be performed.
I understand now.
Interesting.
I mean, but like, you know, I'm totally on the level. Like, I mean, there's no reason for them to come to me. Like, I mean, I don't like. I've been keeping up with, you know, things, and you know, yeah. Also, though, if we didn't have to run into them, that would be cool too.
There is
So you owe them money, and they try to kill you if you don't pay up. And we've just met friends who are their enemies. It sounds like a great things are happening right now. We could get rid of your problem and find the people who have gone missing altogether by joining forces and attacking this town.
I definitely think it's a good idea to have friends, for sure. And I don't see why pooling our resources wouldn't be a good idea. You know who I wish I could talk to right now is Sabatha.
Sabesa, the smuggler.
Yeah,
Would be nice.
Yes.
it'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one other thing that they'll tell you is that in the town of Bay Basin, recently the Free League has gotten some trade rights and has set up a warehouse, and they're actually fighting for the people. So ultimately, the plan is to try to remove this family, so that the Free League can basically handle the trade. Because of course, Free League is, you know, as trade companies go, is much more legit than the syndicate. Of course, they don't call it the syndicate, but you understand that you guys understand the Bay Basin is a syndicate outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, if you were to join them, what they would want you to do is maybe go in and help them take out Ramsey's jackals, the ones who you just had trouble with them, and possibly help with the syndicate if need be. But they don't call it the syndicate, but the bases. The only other factor again would be a tier who is supposedly a shipper, says, and he says that's actually who's shipping the bodies is that tier.
A tier?
Yeah, our tier. Yeah, that was actually in the thing that you got to. It was to that person. That's the guy. So you would recognize that they know of him and they know that he's shipping the bodies and they know that the syndicate, well, again, this family is behind it, and that most of their muscle is those people that you just fought and obviously did a pretty good job against.
I have to find Noor, but I won't ask the crew to storm a city and put their lives at risk for this. So it's up. I have to find Noor. I would appreciate any help you could give me, but yeah, I won't command that you do this.
Mina, you do not have to ask us. We would just simply follow you to the jaws of death.
You're so sweet, darling.
Because it would be exciting.
I mean, the whole jaws of death thing isn't like super exciting, but it doesn't change the fact that, we're supposed to be a crew, and that's just what a crew does. Even back in the shipyards, we had to, when there was a dangerous job to do, everybody on a particular crew would band together and make sure that the job got done and everybody stayed safe and this, that, and the other. Well, this is no different. It's just instead of falling off a scaffolding, you might get shot off, but it's semantics at this point.
Yeah. You
Thank
know
you,
where I
Dimitri.
stand on this.
Yes, darling. You were never in doubt.
Okay.
Cyrus?
I mean, it sounds like you're going to go in that direction. So you've got two kind of, just so it's up there. They're going to go through the jungle and follow these guys, which is basically the way that they would recommend. If you want to fly the ship closer, you can, but understand you probably won't be able to park it there, and also it will be, it'll be monitored because you can't just fly a ship around without being monitored. So they're going to know you're coming. That being said, you also have an AI, so it's not, if you leave the ship here, it's not like you can't get it to fly to you later if you need it. I'm assuming the AI can fly the ship because you didn't park it anywhere dangerously, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's up to you. If you want to
fool.
fly the ship there, you can get closer. Then you won't have to hike through the jungle, which is fine. I mean, doesn't mechanically, it's not going to really make a difference one way or the other. But if you want to, for roleplay reasons, if you want to hike through the jungle, or take the ship, that's kind of up to how the crew would want to travel. Kind of depends if you want to track these guys through the jungle and make sure they're actually going there, or if you want to just assume that these people you just met are telling you, well, I shouldn't say telling you the truth, they're right, I guess is more what to say.
Amira would suggest letting the ship handle itself and going through the jungle because she thinks it would be really conspicuous to fly the ship in low orbit. So
Are you certain? Because Dasin is a terrible, terrible pilot.
That is also true.
I mean, Cyrus could do a better job than Dasin.
Well, you do have that broken figure, Ramon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you should be driving anything right now.
Let me reassure you that I would be able to fly only 10 feet above the tree lines and land us safely if I were given the chance.
I have every Sorry, go
Are we
ahead,
ju-
Cyrus.
Are we just gonna casually skip over how Ramon insulted me? Because I'm not a half bad pilot. I mean, I'm not the best in Third Horizon or anything, but I can fly a ship all right.
Yes,
You are
that's
very
what I
good.
said. I said Cyrus is definitely a much better pilot than Dasin.
And let's face
I mean, it just sounds like a
you want
backhand compliment. That's all I'm saying.
You want a shot at that chair. You know you'd take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm fine in the engines.
Nice.
Well, she has been
Known you a
doing
long
quite
time.
well. She has been doing quite well in simulations.
Awesome. Okay.
Well,
So
let's go
I think that's
hiking.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
probably a good idea. It's gonna take you 3 days to get there. We'll do a little quick narration at the beginning of the next session rather than right now, just to talk about how terrible it is hiking through the jungle. But mechanically, it's not really, it's not really gonna be an issue because you have these two guys with you. If you didn't have these two guys, it would be an issue. So you can knock 3 days off your healing time, so you only have 6 days left on your finger. And we'll start off the next session at the outskirts of Bay Basin, the Syndicate run town, and see what
Awesome.
happens there. See if Cyrus gets another experience point. All right. Until next time.
All right.
Does Cyrus have anything to say about that?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Cyrus will say, you know, Ramon, now you owe me. You're going to have to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for future videos.
I shall do so with my left finger.
Awesome.